let's transition to my favorite segment of the week. It's my NFL Week 3 Wise Picks. In Week 2, I went 11-5. So I had a better record in Week 2 than I did in Week 1. Week 1, I went like 8-7, but I had a better record in Week 2. Expect to have an even better record in Week 3. Again, fans of Wise Guys Sports and listeners, you can hold me accountable for my weekly Wise Picks. I will go over my record at the end of the season, and we'll see how great I predict these NFL games. Let's get into Week 3. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills are traveling to take on Sam Howell and the Washington Commanders in the nation's capital. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this game is 43.5 points. When I first looked at this game, at initial glance, I said the Bills could be on upset alert. But I'm going to take the better quarterback. I'm going to take the more complete football team. I'm rolling with Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to beat Sam Howell and the Washington Commanders 28-24. The Saints are in Green Bay. The Packers are favored by 1.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Lambeau. The over-under for this matchup is 42.5 points. As great as I feel like Jordan Love has played and how much promise he has shown in these first 2 weeks, I got to roll with the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are a better football team than the Packers are. The Saints also are a veteran football team. The Packers are the youngest team in the NFL. I'm going Saints 24, Packers 21. But, of course, I hope I'm wrong about that score in that particular game. Desmond Ridder and the Atlanta Falcons are in Detroit to take on Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The Lions are favored by 3 points. The over-under for this matchup is 46.5 points. I'm rolling with the Lions to beat the Falcons in Detroit. I'll go Jared Goff, 27, Desmond Ridder, 17. The Houston Texans are traveling down south to take on Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are favored by 8.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this matchup is 44.5 points. The Jaguars are coming off a disappointing loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. That was a game in which I thought the Jaguars could have put the rest of the NFL on notice and beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs only scored 17 points in that Week 2 matchup against the Jaguars. Jacksonville lost that game. I don't expect them to lose 2 games in a row. I'm rolling with the Jacksonville Jaguars to beat the Houston Texans 31-20. The New England Patriots are in New York to take on the New York Jets. The Patriots are favored by 2.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff at MetLife Stadium. The over-under for this game is 36.5 points. This is my upset pick for Week 3. I'm rolling with, yes, Zach Wilson and the New York Jets to beat Mac Jones and the New England Patriots. I'm going Jets 16, Patriots 13. And yes, I have the New England Patriots falling to 0-3 on the season and the Jets improving to 2-1. Jets are not going to have many wins this season with Zach Wilson at the helm, but I think they're going to win this game this week. That Jets defense, they are elite, and I expect them to keep Mac Jones under control. Jets 16, Patriots 13. My NFL Week 3 upset pick of the week. Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos are traveling down south to take on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins are favored by 6.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff. The over-under for this game is 47.5 points. Russell Wilson plays well in the first half when he's on script, but he doesn't play well in the second half when teams have him figured out. So I'm rolling with the Miami Dolphins to beat the Denver Broncos. I'll go Dolphins 27, Denver Broncos 17. The Indianapolis Colts are traveling to Baltimore to take on Lamar Jackson and the surging Baltimore Ravens. The Ravens are favored by 7.5 points. It's a 1 o'clock kickoff in Baltimore. The over-under for this game is 44.5 points. I expect the Ravens to blow out the Colts. The Ravens are the best team right now in the AFC North. The Colts, although they did win their Week 2 matchup against the Texans, the Ravens are not the Texans, so I expect the Ravens to take care of business. I'll go Ravens 34, Colts 13. The Carolina Panthers are in Seattle, taking on Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks are favored by 6.5 points. It's a 4:05 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this game is 41.5. I believe the Seahawks are a playoff team. I had the Seahawks beating the Lions in Week 2 in Detroit, and for some reason, Vegas had the Lions favored by 6 points going into that matchup. The Seahawks are the real deal. They are a playoff team, and they are contenders in the NFC. I'm rolling with the Seattle Seahawks to beat the Carolina Panthers. Without Bryce Young, I'll go Seahawks 24, Panthers 10. The Dallas Cowboys are in Arizona, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. The Cowboys are favored by 13.5 points. Kickoff is set for 4:25 p.m. The over-under for this matchup is 43.5 points. I'm not going to spend much time on this matchup. This is my blowout of the week. I'm rolling with the Cowboys to beat the Cardinals 28-10. The Cardinals are tanking for Caleb Williams. They're not even trying to win games. The Cowboys are legit contenders in the NFC. Cowboys 28, Cardinals 10. Justin Fields and the struggling Chicago Bears are traveling to Kansas City to take on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are favored by 12.5 points. It's a 4:25 kickoff in Kansas City. The over-under for this game is 48.5 points. The Chiefs are a better football team than the Bears are. Fields has been struggling in these first 2 weeks. I think it has something to do with coaching, and I expect Patrick Mahomes and that Chiefs offense to put up a lot of points. They have not been great in these first 2 weeks of the season. I expect them to be great in Week 3 at home against the Bears. Chiefs 38, Bears 13. The Sunday night football matchup in Las Vegas is the 1-1 Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the 1-1 Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders are favored by 2.5 points. 8:20 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this matchup is 42.5. Two of the largest fan bases that we have in the NFL. In the 70s, this was a primetime matchup between the Steelers and the Raiders. A lot of history between these two teams. But I expect the Pittsburgh Steelers to take care of business in Vegas. It's going to be a lot of Steelers fans traveling to Vegas. I'm rolling with the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat the Raiders 20-17. The other Monday night matchup in Tampa Bay is the Philadelphia Eagles, favored by 5 points, taking on Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's an 8:15 p.m. kickoff. The over-under for this matchup is 46.5 points. Baker Mayfield has played well in these first 2 weeks of the season. But the Philadelphia Eagles still have a pretty solid defense, even though they have struggled in these first 2 weeks. But I expect the Eagles to right the ship and improve to 3-0 on the season. I'm rolling with Jalen Hurts to beat Baker Mayfield in his house. I'll go Jalen Hurts 27, Baker Mayfield 21. And don't forget, in my other 2 matchups that I talked about earlier, I got the Rams 24, Bengals 17, and I have the Browns beating the Titans 21-20 in Cleveland. Ladies and gentlemen, those are my NFL Week 3 Wise Picks. Everybody go and follow Wise Guys on Twitter at WiseGuys_Wait. Also on Facebook, Wise Guys. And be sure to follow Wise Guys on Instagram at These Guys Know Sports.